I pray this is the best day of your life, my sister.
Hey, boo.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good on this Sunday. You know I love Sunday energy.
Girl, today is the best day of our lives.
Yes, you already know I love your energy. So.
You look amazing.
Thank you, love. You do too. Beautiful.
I'm so excited because this conversation is just so necessary. So I'm saying, I was trying to gradually get there, but I think we should just, bang it on the head.
Just drop it on the head. Okay, so let's bring it to, because some people I feel like don't understand this, and it really needs to be said to a lot of people out there, but casual sex is a scam, y'all. Yes. Y'all heard it.
Why is it a scam, Kay?
Because, I mean, okay, right? When you think about the dating sequence, right? Should you really, people that want to jump straight into getting intimate, it's like, wait, hold on for a second. I need to know your traumas. I need to know what's really going on. I need to know exactly who I'm dealing with. So why are we jumping into anything physical? What's really going on?
Yo, and that's what I realized. It's okay to be selfish with your body. You don't even have to give your body up to just everybody, but society has normalized it, and especially like movies has showed us like casual sex is just fun. It's in the moment. Let's get busy.
Mm-hmm. And how are we in the moment getting busy without actually knowing what we're dealing with? What are we actually doing here? So just let me know from the beginning. Is this just going to be something we're just kind of slithering through? Or are we
Come on!
physically through this? Or are we like, what's actually going on? Because I like to know where I'm going from point A to point B. Not point A, we trying to figure some things out, and then we end up attaching physically prematurely, because that's usually what happens. Get bonded and all type of traumas, emotionally, mentally, when I don't even know you mentally and emotionally yet I know you down to the physical. I know you down to the source of your physical, yet I don't know you mentally and emotionally. Now how does that work, my love?
My love, my beloved, because we're opening spiritual doors here. And we become one in the bedroom. Like this exchange of energy. We honestly can be sharing blood, be sharing just so much. It's very connected. It's very intimate. It's not just flesh for me. It's definitely not just physical. I can't even get freaky if I don't even know your status either. Like
No, that's so true though. It's really important, because how are we gonna get so deep, so deep physically, to where we're exchanging energy like that, yet I don't even know you on that level, on that depth, in any other circumstance. So how are you reaching that level physically, and I'm not even there emotionally or mentally with you?
And that takes so much time to reveal themselves, because people some good actors out here. They be acting and they won't tell you, and they won't, this all a movie.
No, you know what it is though, Tara. I feel like a lot of times you're not even going to be aware, because like sometimes the face that you show to people in the beginning naturally is not the depth of the face that you're going to show when somebody truly gets to know you. We're like an onion. We have layers to us. So it's not that that's true too. There are some great actors out there, but still sometimes it's not even that. It's natural for you to show a different face, or the impression that you have on people is going to be different until you peel back those layers. Naturally, you start to open up more. You start to truly, no one kind of shows exactly and the totality of who they are.
Yo, and that's why it's no rush just jumping into the bedroom, jumping into marriage, jumping into a relationship with people, because it really does. That's I love how you explain that. It's really like an onion, and you pull back layers. Like let's see how people treats people, like when they're talking to a janitor, a waiter, a fast food worker. Like let them show you how they really treat other people, because that's gonna be you.
Right. How do they treat their family? How do they treat, it's like you're peeling back a lot of layers. So it's not just how they treat the general population when they're going about their day. You got to look, you know, in all different areas of their life.
You said not even the general population. Like it really does take time, because we're gonna commit to something that to what's come can be very detrimental. Like giving someone your whole entire heart, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna break it. Like you're handing over your power and becoming so vulnerable when we are in that intimate setting. And what will come, it makes things a lot more complicated and complex when we like go into this whole scale of having sex with someone, especially we don't even know for real.
Because you already know, Tara, I'm giving my heart. Okay, so I'm giving my whole heart. First of all, before we even start giving anything, hold on, let's break down. Is your cup filled before you start giving anything of yourself? Where's your cup? Are you filled first? Have you given yourself your heart and your all first before you start dishing out to people like it's a charity?
Come on! Come on!
And only you know that. Only you know that. Only you know deep down. Dang, but first, wait, hold on. I'm getting in my feelings, I'm starting to feel this way, but hold on. Why am I starting to feel this way though? Because a lot of people, when they get in their feelings and they think that's love, that's really possession, and that's really pointing the fingers back at you, that to understand that your cup isn't.
I realize most of the time, like we came here to be used by God, but I know for me, I'm not about to be overused, and it can be people can be very using people for sex. A lot of times, most people, I know they be using people for sex, like just even into like relationships as well. Like, what can you do for me? Because if your cup is not overflowing, you want somebody to pour into you, because you haven't even developed that for your own self.
Right, and the external influence is so strong. The energies outside of you is so strong. So it's like, oh, I just wanted if I just can get that feeling and that love from someone else, though, it's different. It's different. Well, no, not really, because we have to break that down. We know that self-love is the best love, and we can break that down. Even if you are in a place where you are not at your highest feeling of self-love, you can just by understanding that and breaking that down. Okay, well, whenever you're in a self-love state, or in a state where you're in self-abundance, you're believing in yourself, you're giving yourself that love and self-care, it doesn't matter what comes around you. Nobody can really take you out of that feeling, and that alone shows you that it's stronger than anything else.
And then you have different type of desires in this life now. Like, you see life from what it is. Every day is going to be the best day of your life, not just when you're trying to chase an ecstasy feeling that sex can sometimes have us going towards. And then once we get that type of external happiness, now we need it again because we're dependent on that. But you gotta depend on something not outside of yourself. It's all, the source is all within you.
Right. The source is all within you. That's very true. And that's why I love what you stand for, Tara, because that's self-love energy.
Yo, this is the cheat code right here.
It really is, because it keeps you connected, and it makes you actually love harder. Well, it makes you truly understand other people for who they are, not just your perception of what you want them to be. Now that's a gem right there. A lot of people,
that was a banger.
Bang right there. Like, you'll get so prematurely attached to someone based on your perception of what you want them to be, or what will make you feel at your best by relating to them or connecting to them, when that's probably not even who they really are, what makes them happy. When your cup is not filled in self-love, everything is about you and what makes you feel good. And it's like, it's a never ending and a bottomless pit of your cup being filled, to feel a certain way about yourself. The fingers are always going to be pointed back to you. So, but once your cup is filled, you don't necessarily have to worry. Like, you don't, all that possessiveness and all of that kind of dissipates because you genuinely want what's good for the other person. And you're okay if you come to a realization that what keeps you in your happiness and your self-abundance may not be the same thing that makes them that way. So, but you got to be strong enough by having that cup filled to understand that, okay, I'm going to go what makes me feel like this. You know, staying in a positive, optimistic feeling about everything, you know? So like, instead of being like, you're not you're not doing that, it's just the constant being in that negative space and that emptiness and lack. Okay, let's I do feel that way, but hold on a second. Let me think in the positive of, this is what I do like. I like this. This is how I like to feel. This is what keeps me in my energy that I am. This is what I do. And if that person can't do that, but you're staying in a positive light, being that I'm gonna go where I feel that. I'm gonna go where my cup is filled, where I feel my cup is filled. You could either be there and help me experience that, or you could realize that, dang, I can't help her flourish. I can't be a part of that flourishment. You know?
Oh my God. Like that just hit home so much because I see love as just such a freeing emotion. I see it as freedom. Like we all came here to just experience more and more about ourselves and let that just unfold. So like freedom is like a huge part of my life and I want everybody to experience that. And I don't want to hold anybody back. I am nobody's mother. I am not your boss. I am not your master. And when I came to this realization about love for self, now I have more compassion for other people. Like I see people for who they are and not trying to change them to fit like an idea for me, because most people are chasing an idea of love and it's really a fantasy. It's a
Yeah.
fantasy and nobody can really like make you happy at the end of the day. Like you already have to be of joy within yourself so everything else can just be like the icing on the cake. Like you're not
Right.
my cake,
Yep.
bro.
They can be a part of the path, but not necessarily like to say, to make. I don't like saying things like that. Like, people can add to your happiness, but you got to make yourself happy. You know, you
Yes.
got to make yourself happy so that no matter what goes on, we already know how deep this can get, Tara, when we do these talks, because again, you were born alone, you're gonna die alone. So why
Love
put that on
that.
someone? That you saying that, you're also saying something else without actually saying it. You saying somebody has to make you happy when that person goes away or is out of your some circumference, that you're saying that that person's presence is the only source of your happiness. So don't just say things. You have to explain. You can't just say this person makes me happy. You're also saying, I'm not happy without this person.
Mm.
People think that's love. That
That is toxic behavior. That's
sound very, but we got to get out of that. It sounds like, oh my gosh, like
I can't
romantic,
breathe
but
without you. You my
what
everything. That is
I
toxic.
was breathing? You were breathing before you met the person. First and foremost, you were breathing before you met the person. Okay, you were born alone. All right. You didn't even know this person. Now, because you put yourself in a feeling and got deep into these feelings, and a lot of it probably has to do started from premature attachment, you know. And physical intimacy can listen, physical intimacy right there, that can turn into an addiction and a drug, just like drugs, because the chemicals that are being released, it's natural. I was saying, you're given a part of yourself. You know what I mean? You're when you're
Yeah.
changing in that part of yourself.
That's when I realized we can add so much pressure for other people to like fulfill for us when we have to have that power, because yo, you know, all of this is really an illusion. Like everything that we're seeing, everyone in our lives is really our reflection. It's just mirroring back to us what we need to work on more and more about ourselves. It's never about the other person. None of this is ever about the other person. And so we can just be using other people so we can just grow more and more into ourselves. That's what we do in relationships, so they can teach us more to love ourselves more and more.
Right. And, people kind of take that when you say, like, using the other person, and it's like, we got to understand what we're saying with our words. It's not necessarily that you're utilizing, or I mean using or even utilizing. It's more so you have to first understand at the end of the day, you are yourself. Everything that's external is an illusion. That's first and foremost energetic, whether that be a person or a place or a thing. You cannot be so attached to that, whether it be money, that's a thing. You have to see it, energy. Like, all of these things we can point to in real life. We're talking about, people and getting interconnected and being intimate with people. But you could say in things too, with money. You can't, people, I mean, we say this every day without even talking spiritual. You can't be so attached to the physical money itself, because it doesn't matter. Like, you have to be attached. You want money to chase a feeling of something. That's what you really want. You're chasing a feeling of something, right? So you already know you can't attach to money. Now, people, you can't attach to people. So everything is just an illusion of the state of being that you either need to learn or want to be in, right? So people, all of these things, you have to look at it like an inspiration. Even when something bad happens to you, dang, I don't like feeling this. Why am I in this crazy situation? Shit, I just learned some shit. Wow, okay. So now I know I got to do this differently. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I learned something here. Even in a good situation, this person taught me this. Wow. Now I'm inspired to apply that into my life, because guess what? I understand the value that you came with outside of me. So you really can understand people more being from this space, letting them be in their own life, not feeling even threatened by it, not feeling like you're putting them as the star of your movie, because you're the star of your movie. Everyone, even if they're the closest to you, okay, you're a co-star. I'm always number one on the call sheet. You could be number two on the call sheet.
You better not ever hand nobody your scripts. You better not ever hand over your power. That's your movie. This is your life. Like, you cannot give your life to somebody like that. That's you being a slave at that point.
Yeah, people think that's like, true love, but it's really not. You cannot, not to the detriment of yourself. You should not be like that. Honestly, that just sounds crazy to me. Like, now, that's not like that's very unhealthy. And that's what breeds toxic situations, toxic relationships, toxic. If I can't have you, nobody can, or you not doing nothing. The guy that just killed his ex and the two exes, that's some toxic ass shit.
And we're normalizing it, like, oh, if we're not arguing, it's not healthy, because we are so used to chaos. So we don't know what to do with peace. Like, we don't know what it feels like to just have a peaceful and simple life. And that, because we're so normalizing drama, reality shows is in our faces left and right. We see all this fighting. We fighting for clowns. Like, women are arguing and fighting over a clown, and not realizing the value of sisterhood, like the importance of that. But we chasing something that is truly like foolish. Like, and we thinking this is love, and we calling it love. And I'm like, sis, I can't relate. If this is what love is, oh no, I don't want it.
That's not love. When you're feeling like that, I don't know what that is. What can we call that, Tara? Like, what is that? Addiction?
Girl, what we said? I think we said like trauma maze. Like, what, we said that before. Because like
a feeling. Just because something is making you feeling a feel, like, don't get caught up in just a feeling, right? Because you have to like, how can I explain this to the depth? You can create any feeling. Like, okay, feelings do not last. We already know this. In any situation, whether it be love, relationships, you never get the same feeling. That's why it's called honeymoon stage, whatever type of stage you want to be in. You're never going to stay in a feeling. So we already know that itself, that's not like love, and partnership. You want a partnership. These are things you grow from each other. It's not, you're not going to be in la la land and where unicorns and butterflies are. You can be in that state in yourself.
Come on. It makes life easier.
You give yourself these feelings, and even with yourself, that's something that's not even just gonna, you're just not always gonna be that way at all times. You're gonna react to things, but you have to be in that state of mind to be like, oh shit, this just happened to me. Dang, that means that I'm about to get something else. Ooh, like you get even more excited. Like, think about this. Like, when we really break it down, I don't know if you guys are into trading or anything, but like when stocks fall or when things fall, your life is like the chart. So like when things are dropping, that's when you need to buy. You want to buy low. You want to invest low so that when it does reach a high, you're actually getting your investment. Now, when you see things happening in your life that brings you down, like how when the stocks go down, that's the time you need to be like, whoo, something about to happen. Like,
Yes.
get excited because this is when I need to really invest in myself. Like, like that's how it works.
And maintaining your emotions in that way to look at things from your perspective is so powerful because attitude is everything. And if you think in the external world is controlling your inner world, then you got the game messed up. You are being the victim here. And that is where you don't have any power over your life.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And people think a victim mentality doesn't necessarily have to be like you're in a sorrow place and you're like a victim in that sense. A victim mentality could be you can be in a good state and you can technically be in a victim mentality in a sense. Like when something bad happens to you, okay, you can blame the things around you and you can be in a victim state that way. But you can also take that to a time of bliss. And it's hard because we've been collectively conditioned in this, but like something good happens to you, you are reacting to an external thing. But little do you know, you could have that feeling without that external thing happening to you. What if we changed it to where you're in you're creating a reality where, like, think about the feeling of getting $1 million. You have the power to be in that feeling before you actually have it. To where it's like when you're being in that state, do things that, okay, I got $1 million. What would I be doing? What is the being? What is the state? What are the things I'm going to be feeling? You're going to be opening up doors in your own thoughts and feelings and opportunities in your mind like you have it. You may not have the actual physical money, but after some time, the world, like the world is your oyster. The world is conspiring to morph into what you're creating out of it. So if you're constantly yourself in a state of $1 million status, $1 million mentality, what would you be doing when you have $1 million? What, like, the feeling, you may not be able to physically do things like that, like with the actual money, but everything else, shape your whole life. Who is the person that I would be? What are the things I would tolerate? What are the things that I would be? Where would I be? Where would I be going? Everything like that. And then $1 million is going to find you in some way, shape, or form, or a door will open. Like, it may not drop in your lap, but like opportunities and doors will just start opening to get you there eventually. You'll start to see it clearly. It's not that it'll drop in your lap like a lottery, but you'll start to see, oh wow, I paved my own path. Okay.
Wow. That's manifestation right there. When we have this emotional compass within ourselves, like waking up happy, not waiting for something to get us happy. Like, oh, I'm gonna be happy when, instead of like, you can be happy, enjoy right at this moment simply by being in gratitude. Like, if you look at the smallest things, like the miracles of life, how we're just breathing, we have the internet, we are live right now, like we are connecting, like that can just bring you so much more clarity and awareness to have that feeling of richness. Like, you already rich, like you already wealthy, it's just like you gotta act up to it and like grow more into yourself. All we are here to do is just grow more into ourselves and evolve as a person.
Right. No, seriously, that's really what we have to do. Like, and we can be in these feelings and, you know, like we can, instead of like being attacked by your feelings, how about you induce a feeling? Like you can induce a feeling. Like let's switch our perspective on the opposite side. Like, okay, we know that we can react to our environment. We know we've been conditioned to, okay, this is what happened physically. Now I feel this way, and I'm sitting back and thinking about it, and I'm harboring on these feelings that I just picked up because of something that just happened. You can also do the opposite. You can also, this is how I want to feel. I'm closing my eyes. I don't care. This is the frequency I want to be in. Everything that opposes that, once I go about my day, I'm gonna put in my mind, oh, okay, yeah, of course that's happening. It's happening because this is what's about to happen. It's like you're just all
Yes.
state of positivity. So the world has no choice but to create doors for you because this is the state you're like in your movie. You know what I mean? I like to say the universe is the network, or like the company, the production company.
Yes.
You're the one that got everything together. The universe is giving you the tools and the crew, the distribution to be able to showcase that, so that you can use these tools to direct your life and be the star of your own movie. And people, places, and things, co-stars, guest stars, girl.
That is so powerful. That is so powerful when you realize your power. And that's when I realized my power, when I became abstinence, because your sex is your life force. Like, and if you're just giving it so casually to everyone, they're taking bits and pieces of your life force. No wonder why we have creators block and we're not being creative. Like, we're getting tired, we're getting drained, we're getting clumsy because of these souls that we are entangled with. So it's so important to hold on to your life force, or if you want to give it out, it has to be someone who is on your frequency, baby. It's on your level, but it takes time to reveal that. But we can't be so freely just giving our body away. We only got one temple here. Everybody should not be invited in it. VIP status, baby. Everybody not coming to this party.
And premature attachment is real because chemicals are released. Trauma bonds are created, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. If you're thinking that's love, it's probably trauma bonds, more than likely.
We still trying to heal from our inner child. We still trying to heal that. And if we have not healed from our inner child, all we're going to do is seek mommy and daddy out of a partner. That's why codependency and neediness is here.
We really are, and it puts you in a mommy daddy. That's so true.
Yo, I am not your mama, bruh. I am not trying to take care of you.
Especially your childhood. Now you can understand a person is in that state though, and you could still I'm not saying that you have to just neglect people. You know what I mean? But like, if you see someone is in that state, you can help them. But make sure when you are helping them, you're trying to show them their self. You're trying to show them the value of them. So you realize right now it's not even about y'all actually relating on being partners. It's more so about, I'm trying to show you your self-love. So even you can sit in your head and realize, okay, look how everything comes back to me. What I'm really expecting this person to do is show me my self-love. As long as you can understand that that's what's actually going on. That's what's actually
what's going on. That's literally, everybody's just on an example to help us activate more and more love for self. But we just got this illusion where we feel like, oh, they make me love them more. No, it's really about you. They're helping you love yourself more, increasing that. And we sometimes need those people to be that for us, to show us more about ourselves. That's a fact, man. But that's what I realized, like how you said, yes, so to help people, if I gotta help you, bro, then I'm not gonna be your partner on a significant level. Then I have to be like your sis, the homie, the auntie, like on that level, because we still have that nurturing feminine energy that we need to lift people up with. But it's levels to this, baby.
It's definitely levels to us. And you can have gratitude and show gratitude for someone that is trying to, helping you with your self-love, or just in general. It doesn't have to be your self-love, but like even when your cup is filled, it doesn't even just stop there. Someone helping you to your potential. That's really what we're coming together to help each other to their potential. Some people may not have their cup fully filled though. So you're kind of like helping them in their self-love until their cup is filled, and then like helping them reach their potential.
And we can't get so distracted because we still also have to help ourselves. Like they even say on the airplane, make sure you put your mask on first. So if people are draining your energy and being a vampire because of they need so much help, you have to point them in the direction of God, honestly.
Right.
So it gotta be a healthy balance, because we ain't gonna I know for me personally, it's no more ride or die. I'm not dying for you.
This is a ride or die.
I'm not dying for nobody. For real, we've been normalizing too much foolishness, Kay. Like over here being ride or dies. We out here promoting struggle love.
My mind works different. So like what are we talking about exactly? Are you talking about like what? Like you gotta actually break down what it is that means. Like I'm like ride or die for you in any situation. Like if I see that you're not at the level that you could be with yourself in your life, I'm not ride or dying for that. Like that's not, if anything, that's not love. I'm not gonna ride or die watching you not at your potential. That doesn't even make sense. So we gotta think about what is ride or die. What are you riding? If it is a ride or die situation, what is that? What are you? Is it like no matter what circumstance, I'm gonna ride or die with you? So do you understand that you're actually telling me that if you're in a place where you could be better, you want me to just be okay with that? Do you even want that for me to be doing that for you? Do you want that for yourself, to me to ride or die to anything that you do, even if it's wrong? Like, doesn't make, like, I don't, like, we gotta break these things down.
Literally, somebody said, "True." Like, where are we going? Why we gotta die? For real. Like, if we really are genuinely like rooting for each other, we want the best for each other. Love is a freeing emotion. It's not controlling. It's not possession. Like we should be rooting for other people. So that's like so important.
It is very important. And just thinking about the frequency of ride or die. Let's take away the history behind that. Like the frequency of ride or die kind of puts you in like it's like just this strict, like, hold on, wait, I can't. It just, hold on, it's like mommy issues again, mommy and daddy, like, wait, no, I'm doing this even though it's not something good for me. You gotta ride or die with me. You gotta like, like what?
That's a mom. Literally, your mama is gonna be the ride or die for you. Like your daddy gotta be that, because those who brung you into this world, so they gonna really be there for you no matter what. But this other people, like we really have to heal our childhood wounds with our parents, because that is the solid relationship that reflects all of our other relationships in the end. If we don't have a good relationship with our parents, we're not going to have good relationships with other people.
Mm-hmm. But not even like, and I don't want it to just be said like, oh, if someone is like looking crazy or like, they're in a bad state, you're just supposed to walk away from them. I'm not saying you just walk away. What I'm saying is, for example, you are being abused in a situation. Now, this person was not doing this to you in the beginning, because different feelings, we were talking about the honeymoon stage, butterflies, unicorns, la la land, etc. Now you pulled back those. pull back those onions, like those onion layers. You guys were on the I'm his ride or die, yada 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 yada. Okay, abusive things start happening. This is not who this person was, but you claimed that you were a ride or die. So you riding or dying with whoever the fuck that is. I'm sorry to be cursing, but you're ride or dying with that, down to where that person is about to kill you. So you've already
Mm.
explained the contract in the universe that you're gonna ride or die with foolishness. So that's a that now. You, in that type of situation, you are going to be loyal to the best of that person.
Mm.
So hopefully that person in their right mind of who you actually loved and the true source of who that, and it gets very deep because it's like the true source of who that person is. I don't think they would want that. If you just ask in general this person, do you like to harm the people you love? No. Okay, so why are you doing this right now? That means you're going through something right now. I'm gonna have to walk away because I love you. I'm still here to tell you what you're doing, but I'm not about to ride or die and literally get killed because you. I don't know what that is. That
Yo,
sounds crazy.
people are really dying for love. Like they got a whole show, Fatal Attraction. Like they making money off of this. Like this is real life. People are really dying out here.
Right. And that person later on will be like, wow, she got into it. They have no choice but to start feeling guilty. They have no choice but to be like, dang, like that person loved me. They told me this is not who you are. I know you're better than this. That's stronger than no whatever ride or die. I know you're better than this. This is not who I love. And this is not what I'm going to be loyal to because you are better than this. Gotta walk away.
Mm,
At least I told you and explained that to you, but you can't let me, you can't,
that's
for you to
love.
get pulled down because you're in a state right now. I don't know what that is. You wanted
That's
to slay.
enabling behavior. You feel me? Like you're enabling behavior right now. Instead of like telling people to rise up to meet to your frequency, instead of you going below yourself, you downgrading yourself.
Yeah, and it's not being threatened. It's not like you're, it depends on the state of being everybody is. You could see it that way, but if you change your perspective, you could see this person actually cares about me truly and wants the best for me.
And they
But we get caught up in, oh,
and
really care, they
that's
didn't ride or die. Like, okay.
you gotta want the best for yourself overall. Some people don't even know the best for themselves to even know themselves to even start to think for themselves. We just going along on autopilot unconsciously thinking this is love because we don't even have the example of love because we haven't even showed ourselves. So we got to start
No,
teaching
so
people how to treat us by the way we treat ourselves.
we do.
Man.
And everything everlasting unfolding of yourself, even when you have and your cup is filled with your own self-abundance and self-love, it doesn't stop there. You're still learning. There's still things out here to learn. There's still, now this comes down to understanding people's value and like truly valuing other people and seeing that, oh wow, you'll appreciate more and understand and see how this person inspires me in my life. I want to show you how much you inspire me because I appreciate your own special abundance, like that's sacred to you. Like this is who you are. Everybody's different. We come from the same stories, but everyone is different. So I'm going to show you how much you can add to my life, but you're not
Mm.
my life. You're not this headstone
Oof.
of my, but you have made an impact. That's the greatest thing. Someone making an impact on your life to show you yourself. What are the
Mm.
big things that we see in life? What are the biggest effect that you have? It's not this possessive ride or die, hold you down, I hold you down, can't live without you, can't breathe, oh I'm gasping for air, I'm gonna kill you, and if you die I gotta kill myself. Like that, I don't know what that is.
I can't relate.
But love and being is where you can flourish as your own flower from a different flower, but you're so inspired by that. You're like, wow, this person can come in, impact my life, they can leave, they're free to go, but they have made such a huge impact on my life. I'll never forget them. Now
Mhm.
that's stronger and deep than any other ride or die type of situation, you want to call it.
That's the impression we should want to make on everybody's life, like that.
But you got to understand the value in yourself. As long as you know that you know, have that value that you carry that no one else carries, then you can be secure in that. You know that, okay, I don't need to be in this situation. This is a temporary experience, but y'all will never forget my essence because it's true to me, and I came with my own self-abundance that you can't take from me. So you have no choice but to understand the impact that I had on you. I had an impact on you. I didn't come in trying, for you to help feel my self-love. You could add to it as well as I add to you.
That's when you gotta be so confident that you are one of one. You are unique. You are worthy. You are like truly yourself. And it helps when you are in solitude to even be aware of your uniqueness and your abilities and the value you hold onto this world.